Hey, what's up guys, Tomasi here, and I have a brand new video today about some Gears of War maps that should make their first ever return to Gears of War 4. Now, these maps that I wanted to talk about have never been remade. They have only been in their independent Gears games, and I think that it is going to be about time that these maps actually have a remake in Gears of War 4. Now, as you know, ever since Gears of War 2, the Coalition and the Gears community have always remastered or remade certain maps and brought them into the brand new game at the time. Now, we've had maps from Gears of War 1 that have all been redone. We've had maps from Gears of War 2, and we've also had Gears of War 3 maps that have been brought back into Gears of War 4. Now, these maps that I wanted to talk about have never been remade, like I said, but I think that they deserve it. I don't understand why a lot of these maps have never been remade, because some of these are older. They're not very new. These are older maps that should be remade. They have been fan favorites, and I don't understand why. So let's just jump right into it. I have 6 maps that should be remastered or remade for Gears of War 4 and make their first ever return as a brand new looking map. So first off, the most popular one would be River. I don't understand why they never brought this back. This map was perfect. It was completely balanced in my opinion. There was nothing wrong with it. That was one of my favorite maps in Gears of War 2, and honestly I think it's one of the top 5 maps that have ever been in the Gears of War series. Now, there's a few things that they would need to change, obviously, with new weapons being implemented into Gears of War 4 and old weapons being taken out, and a few game mode changes that they can easily make the changes to the game. It wouldn't be a problem, but I think that this map would work perfectly for Gears of War 4, like on Dodgeball, Guardian, of course, Warzone, Execution, you know, the basics, even King of the Hill. Now, maybe even Escalation. I think Escalation would be crazy. It wouldn't be hard to try, but I think it would be crazy on that map. Now, moving on, number 2, a fan favorite from Gears of War 3 that never had a remake was Mercy. Now, that was where you go and you do your 1v1s. That map was perfect. It would be a great GB map to add into Gears of War 4, not only just for the, I don't know about the pro circuit exactly, but for the other ladders, I think it would be a perfect map to drop back into Gears of War 4. And because, like I said, it was a fan favorite, the map was perfectly balanced. You can still change up a few weapons on the map to make it perfectly fit for Gears of War 4. Also, moving on to the next map, it's another return from Gears of War 2, Security. Like I said, just like with all these maps, a lot of the weapons have changed, a lot of the game modes have changed, but this map still, in my opinion, would be perfect to add back into Gears of War 4. Now, I understand that the mortar is no longer in the game of Gears of War 4, but you can easily replace that with the drop shot or the torque bow, and I understand that the Scorcher is not available in the game, but you can still replace that with anything. You can replace it with the Overkill, the Marksga, the long shot, the torque bow, anything. Honestly, you can put whatever you want there and it would still be pretty balanced map. So in my opinion, that's another map that should make its return to Gears of War 4. It just, they haven't done justice. These maps need to come back. These should be the maps that they're remaking, not remaking maps 5-6 times to bring back into every single Gears game. But moving on to another map that should make its return to Gears of War 4 was Memorial. Now, I understand that not a lot of people were hyped on that map. It was mostly a horde map. But now with how the game is set up for Gears of War 4, I think it would be a perfect map. I think it would actually be a pretty decent escalation map as well. Now, I'm not 100% sure if they would ever drop that into his esports playlist and they would use the map, but it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, we've ran escalation on a lot of maps, but I think that this map honestly would be a very balanced, a very fun map to play escalation on. Not only that, you could play every other game type as well on this map. So I think this should make a return, and I just think that, like I said, a lot of these maps have not had justice done for them, and they need to be in Gears of War 4. If not Gears of War 4, they need to be in Gears of War 5, at least as a base map. Now, moving on, my last 2 maps, I understand a lot of people are going to hate because they are from Gears of War Judgment. But just hear me out. They're still not bad maps. Now, there is Library and there is also Museum. Now, in my opinion, these were the two best maps that were in Gears of War Judgment. I know a lot of people hated it, and I understand that completely, but all points aside, these maps were still fun to play, and I think bringing it back to the classic style of Gears of War 4 and how the game is set up, I think that we could redo justice for these two maps that were so bad for Gears of War Judgment just because the game as a whole was not very sound. I think bringing these back into Gears of War 4 would make a huge difference, and for the people that didn't play Gears of War Judgment, it's like a brand new map for them. It's two brand new maps, so it's a win-win either way. You do justice by the maps that deserve to come back to Gears of War 4 and deserve to be remade, and also it's a brand new map to the players that barely played or didn't play Judgment at all. So I think overall, all 6 of these maps should make their return in the next few upcoming months, and hopefully, like I said, they do justice and they bring these maps back. So make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what maps you would like to see. And let me know, do you think they did justice by not bringing these back? Or do you think they should do justice and bring these maps back for their first ever remake? Now, also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and you like further updates on Gears of War 4. And also make sure to like the video if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video. Play smart. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Let's get it.
Yeah. So wake up.
None open? One open?
We got one low, we got one low.
Oh, these guys are bad. He's weak if you can cross. He's pushing in, pushing in on you, he's pushing in.
Fuck, boy.
No,
I'm the new guy on the block now. Save you from the school of hard knocks, boy, you dropped out. I don't see the credentials, I don't see the potential. Every night I'm in my room with a pad and a pencil. Said no to the fuck shit. These days, who knows what trust is? I'm just trying to make moves and get up quick.